Good evening and welcome to Night Talk. I'm Teddy, and it is Wednesday, February 4th. I like this one. How's the sound? I hear my mic. Sound is good? All right, then I will back away from the mic. I really like this one. Oh, I love it. Wow, I really like that one. That's the kind of music. Well, I like all kinds of music, but that one is the first time I've ever played it, first time I've ever picked it. And I just like it. Good evening to my moderators, both of you, Baby Juju and Vicky Black. Welcome back to the Bear Cave to be with the mob, all my other bears. I call the Grizzlies and the Honey Bears. So let's just get into it. So, yes, there were a couple of filings. I made a filing on, this is Wednesday. I filed on Monday and it didn't get posted until today. And I see that the defendant filed, the judge has not filed yet, but the defendant, I've got to say this, filed another 20 pages calling it a supplemental. And it was not. It was exactly inside of the exhibits, the same exhibits that she filed the last time. I'm talking about the email correspondence, the 10 or 12 pages. It's a duplicate. I kid you not. And she's calling it something new. The same thing. And she leads with the same recycled yes. is one thing. Okay, so you did that. Now she calls herself bringing it back in front of the judge as an attention. It's not something new. That is what I will say. In disguise. I mean, really, you can take a look at it. And then at the very end, she attaches one extra exhibit that I see. She's trying to sneak something by the judge. I know what she's playing. This is an absolute, I'm going to call it what I think it is. It's a shell game with her address. Now she sends a mailing to the court from a Michigan address. So she's got a Michigan, she has a Phoenix, she has Wyoming, she has California, she has Delaware, she has this, she has that. I know the game she is trying to play with this court, and it has to do with jurisdiction. That's what I think is going on here. And she is absolutely trying to move things around and cause so much confusion until, and I'm going to say this, take it, just take it in, I'm just saying it. She's causing so much confusion inside of the court, I think, with my case, so that when anyone reads it, including others that are talking about my case and haven't thoroughly read the case, they even think that, if I'm not mistaken, that even when I have filed 100 pages, that it must be something unnecessary. The last 100 plus pages that were filed by me were in response to the denial when I filed motion for leave to file a supplemental pleading. When I filed it the first time, I believe that was ECF 119. I think, I'm just trying to remember off the top. I did only file what was new that was not acceptable under Rule 15D. I needed to also refile my entire complaint to make it whole. And if you remember, my complaint, which included exhibits, I'm talking about my initial filing, ECF number 1, was 83 pages, single spacing, all right, including the exhibits. So if I were to refile everything that was new, put it in order that the judge now requires double spacing for the federal court is the guideline. If you take the 83 pages and add everything in that I need to, it is going to be well over 100 pages. That was necessary. Absolutely necessary. I am not in the habit of just drafting up long dissertations just to fill a void so that the judge has to go through. I am not into just filing duplicate exhibits just so the clerks in the courts have to go through things. This defendant has been briefed, told about rehashing, and that was the term, phrase that the judge used. Rehashing the same things over and over again. She just ignored it. And she put it in because she wants to create a paper trail. She doesn't care what the judge has to say about that. She takes her chances. She just wants it to be out there on the record so that people see it again and again. No, I am not mad at all. I'm not. This has to do with I'm the plaintiff, she's the defendant, and I can see the abuse that's going on right now with the court, with the record, and what she is trying to do to cause unnecessary work. That's what it is. Unnecessary work, not just for the court, because when she piles it on like that, the judge has already said basically, if someone files a motion, the response should be almost in kind. You know, like if someone files 50 pages, if I were to respond with 1 page, that's just like, what is that? But it's not tit for tat either. But I do and have had to respond. Anybody else who has the case of their own, if they have never gotten pages and pages that they've had to respond to, then it is easy for anybody to say, why all the pages? Why all the filing? I side with you on that point. Like, why? But you have an experience that goes for anyone who's dealing with this defendant in the court, hasn't dealt with this person now for over a year in the filings. A lot of the legwork has already been done. It has been. Period. So this is not just done just to be doing it. I want this case to move forward. Yes. Yes. So if people don't understand this, and sometimes people are mischaracterizing what they think my case is about. All right. 1, when I filed in the beginning, I never named another person. I said it was Daniel Robertson And I listed all of these aliases of hers, not all of them, but I listed enough. And then I said, and Jane Doe's 1 through 10. It's still like that. Mhm. And it's not until recently that the defendant trying to navigate with other moves, let's just say. Different strategies. When that one doesn't work, she comes up with another one. She wasn't talking about joinder. She wasn't talking about when she first started off. The first person to appear was John Doe. Then Jane Doe came a few days later. And it was a flurry of filings by two different, I will call them entities at once. I don't know about you, but this is my first time filing a lawsuit in federal court. And at that time, it was like being fire hosed, one after one, after one after one, like back to back, two against one, back to back. So, of course, I'm trying to respond to Jane and I'm trying to respond to John. Okay? So it would look like one person is filing a lot of this or that, compel this, respond to this motion. Wow, what's going? You didn't even know about John Doe. And this case is moved along with some starts and some stops and some pauses and delays and stays caused primarily by the defendant who is still non-compliant. Still non-compliant. We'll leave that as one. You can take everything I said and put it into number one. Two. My case is not just right now about getting the identity of Danielle Robertson. That's a step, a necessary step. That's a legal step. In litigation, there's rules. And the judge has said in filings that she can't have it both ways. The sword and the shield to hide her identity. We're up to ECF, I believe it is 135. Mm-hmm. So she is participating in this process. substantively. Even now, with realms of pages, without knowing who she is, her identity. I'm not going to tell you everything else that'll come up after what I filed, but I did file essentially 15 pages of rehash and the first 3 of rehash that she's calling. Wait a minute. Let me slow down here. See who this is. Specially appearing, like, yeah. It says it's a notice in support of her motion to dismiss. This came after. This was filed on January 7th, 2 days after she was supposed to file her name, legal name, and postal address. It's the same thing. It's the same. She's all of this. It's the same. Same. She talks about joinder. It's the same thing. And she calls it a notice, and she doesn't ask for anything. No relief requested. It's just a notice submitted solely for court's awareness. This is not a motion requesting any affirmative relief. It's just saying, and this is my opinion, that she's saying to the court, hey, I'm over here. Look, in case you missed ECF number, whatever it was that she filed, where she put those emails, I'd have to look to be precise. Recently, her last one, I believe, or close to last. She's just saying, look, in case you missed it, Your Honor, I'm going to show you the same 15 pages over again. Exactly. And there's really nothing much to this. This is just notice. Solely for awareness. Like this is some type of public service announcement. That's why you hear it in the tone of my voice, because this is just, you talk about redundancy. I hope the court looks at this and sees it for what it is. It's repetition. She has done this throughout this trial or this case. There were 6 counts. Copyright was just one of them. It was this defendant who, during the process in November and December, as we were getting really close to getting a decision from the United States Copyright Office whether to register my copy of the image that I submitted, it was refused. But before it was refused, this individual took it upon themselves to draft and send an email to the United States Copyright Office calling me a fraud, amongst other things. And in her haste to say that's not hers, to the court, to the United States Copyright Office, she admitted that she took the original. How'd you get the original? That she had in her possession the original, that she cropped it, she manipulated it, she removed my face from my body on the picture, removed the face of another individual, then superimposed, clipped, and she calls it putting some coloration and changed the background and did this or that. She did that. She said it. When I saw it, I said, whoa, that's new. You just admit it. What I've been saying from the beginning, but didn't have the proof because she had been denying it. Saying, I didn't have anything to do. I didn't have anything. But that admission caused me now to want to supplement my complaint as new. A supplementation after your original complaint. You can plead for that. That decision hasn't been made. It was denied because I didn't include my original complaint with it. So the judge in the denial basically said I could refile it, but do it right this time. Include everything. That's why the 100+ pages. And if people don't understand that, why am I explaining it? I'm explaining it because, somebody raised their hand. Because it's very easy to say things and get it incorrect. And I'm not saying it's done deliberately. I'm just saying a lot of things are being said that simply aren't correct. So I deal with that, and I deal with this defendant as well. Yeah. So dealing with a moving target really is not easy. Dealing with a ghost isn't easy. Mm-hmm. There's different situations. Yes, there is. This defendant decided to respond in my case. Yes. And not respond in the other case for a long period of time. Why? I don't know. That, go figure. But some advantage of coming behind someone else who has basically, another court down the hall who the other judge can see this person is evading. They can sit back and just take note. Like, wow, I know what's coming down the pipe. Yeah, that's how cases are. You have one that can be referenced. We've been referencing different, citations or cases all along. Yeah. And it's not it's not a cakewalk dealing with it. It isn't. But I've been dealing with it. Yeah. And I'm still fighting where I'm at. Mhm. As of today, more. But I don't have to respond to every not a notice. But I really do hope the judge takes note. She puts that as a notice and but just stuffs it's like stuffing the ballot. That's how I see it. Because it was absolutely unnecessary to file a notice to say, hey, look over here in case you missed it in ECF, whatever the number was. No, I'm not going to follow up with, gee, you did. That would be ridiculous. That's why I say I just hope that someone catches it and sees it for what it is. For what it is. It's a delay tactic. The more the judge has to, review things or the clerks have to go through things, it just adds up and it makes it appear as if now, it's risen to the level of people getting like, like not another one. And then that can rub off. It can affect the entire case because that's what her goal is. Her goal is only one goal. Her only one goal is to win. She doesn't care how it has to happen. She just wants to win. There's no other word. Nothing else. It's not magical. She'll take a win any way she can get it, no matter how messy, what she has to say to do it, who she has to throw under the bus to do it, whatever she has to throw across, down the hall, wherever. It doesn't matter to her because she's anonymous. And so a win for her looks like this: a dismissal without ever having to reveal her identity at all. That will be a win for her. That's what a win would look like. That's why she's doing everything she can possibly do to get it just like that. And then what that means is she will still be able to carry on and terrorize people, especially me. This is a new year, and I think it's going to bring closure to this. That's my hope. At least this legal part of it. This part. There may be appeals and all of that, but move it forward. Yeah. And also, so we are clear. I think I may have said it just calmly and low tone and slow and whatever. The last time, if her name, identity is truly found out and given to the court and myself, it's going to be public. It's not going to be something that's going to be buried unless the judge suddenly, decides to change that. She said that I was to update my complaint with her name. So that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. And if anyone else happens to get her name first, so be it. It won't be hidden. Not if I have anything to say about it. Not if my case is still alive. Because we need her name. Yes, I'm making it clear. No, this person is not going to be hidden in the shadows and cloaked with anonymity. No, not over here. And that's not doxing, it's putting it on the complaint. So make no mistake. In addition to, and I've never stumbled over my words, I've never minced my words, I've never patted somebody on the top of the head and said, "Oh, now you're good. Oh, you've done." No. Not what this individual has done and still plans to do. Real consequences need an accountability. Let's not forget. It's easy to do that. As time Let's see who is here with me in the bear cave. And yes, I didn't even say it. You can email me at unwinewithteddy@gmail.com. In advance, thank you for the Cash App and Super Chat tonight. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. So let's just go to the top and we'll go down. Survivor of One. I see you right after my moderator. Hello. Yes, there could be more commentary on the docket entries, but you heard what I have, my feelings about it. Yes, starting with the adventurous music, I love it. Cups of Conversation, good evening. And Fiva, it's not going to work. Something's going to break. Again, guys, I don't know. I'm not sitting here saying I know everything. I don't. Hashtag PageGate. Yes, another 20 pages. Yeah. Yes, it can be draining overall. The courts need, you say, to step in. Eventually, the court is going to respond. More can be said and done. I'm personally, I can't tell you, when the time comes, the time is now. Yeah, I mean, tomorrow will mark a month, the 5th of February. So that will give the 30 days or 31 days, however many we count, to, because January had 31 days. But you count the 5th to the 5th, I think it's 30. I'm not sure. But let's just say it's a month, it's 30 days. 30 or 31 or however many. Hmm. That's probably a milestone in a timeline where non-compliance is concerned. I don't know. I really don't. And you have to couple it with, the courts are busy too, this beginning of the year. Yes, it can be overwhelming. Yes, there can be days, especially when you've got to respond, and there's been days like that. And countdown, to deadlines. And that puts, it's a lot. Listen carefully. Thank you, V Love, for the $5 super chat tonight. I appreciate that. Thank you for your support. Got Love 777 trying to get through these. Yes, John and Jane sitting in a tree. Yes, Teddy, they are jumping you in the court system. That's how I feel. That's how I felt in the beginning. Like, whoa. Like, didn't expect this. Not at all. But now, just learning, nothing surprises me. Nothing I said what surprised me except, compliance. And so she decided she would not surprise us. Mhm. It's evident she's not going to give her name on her own volition. No. Let's see. Yes, rinse, repeat, cycle again. Exactly. M thought it's the judge is aware of her tactics and they are working on it in the background. I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't even hazard to guess. No. Um, I just say they're busy and they're going to get to things. Yes, let's pray for justice in this case, in all cases. Mm, yes. Uh, I'm trying to do everything that I can. And yes, everybody has their experience. My own is my experience. I don't make light of anyone else's. Let's see. Makes you wonder. I don't know. And I just say it like this. I think it is, um, I don't even know if it's, I think it's just people really don't know. Part of it is people just don't know the full picture. What, and it's not a cakewalk. And it's not over until the fat lady sings. Okay, so for all the fat ladies, I'm not making fun of fat ladies, okay? It's just easy to say that. I'm so sorry. Um, File a motion for sanctions against defendant for failing to comply under federal 37B. Well, we've got compel. There's been something filed. Can't say what else just yet. We'll see. Yeah. Hmm. Yes, scrambling all over the place. Yes, she did say it to me, not to anyone else, for the rest of my life. Yep. So, yeah, we got to make a dent in that for accountability. Nobody is above the law. No one. I didn't write the law, and I can't you know, bring down the hammer on it either. I can just do my part. And I'm learning. Uh, yes, to catch. Yes, this is definitely catch me if you can. Mhm. Let's see. She said the channel was created for her, which tells me she is an employee. Hmm. There is something, and I need to look. There, I've seen something that might make me uh, say, hmm, something was handed to someone. I'm not sure. I'll just leave it at that. Let's see. Let's see. Definitely not. She's gonna give everybody else name before they give their name. No. Some people don't want to know. That's on them. They want access and protection, in my opinion. Whatever, yes, whatever their own personal reason, you don't have to want to know. I want to know. So don't, you know, I've said it just like that. If you don't want to know, that's on you, but I want to know. I want to know. And if it comes out, it's going to be out. That's it. For very good reason. It needs, we need it. Mentors and co allegedly. Yes, somebody said he's trying to, throw everybody else in, pull this person in, pull that person in. Oh, okay. So, yeah, all right. Did everybody dial that number? We got to take this individually. And, you know, there's enough to go around. But right now I got to focus on one person I got to get, you know, the name for. Right? This is a federal court. Right? Sometime other people don't, they let me shut up. let me not say let me not say. Okay, so we're at the bottom of this. Now let me check email, and I think we're good. um any low riders, out there? Anybody know what a low rider is? Let's see if I can find a YouTube music and find lowriders. Why not? Yeah, it is Wednesday, hump day. Let's see. Yeah, that was war, wasn't it? All right. That's going to do it for me. You can email me. You know how to do that. If you missed it, well, you just missed it. Um, we'll be back on Station Head maybe sometime this week and run till that too. Biggest bear hugs go out to all the grizzlies and the honey bears. Please hit the like on your way out. But now it is time to say good night. Right? Let's